Servus, what's up? This is Ralph and welcome to my very first YouTube video ever. Today I'm going to talk about my own personal journey, how I got from my inner hell to inner freedom, abundance, happiness, or whatever you want to name it. Because a lot of us feel like we don't belong, we feel shitty, we feel isolated, and we don't feel connected with other people. And I'm here to tell you, you're not alone. I went through the exact same thing, and I'm going to tell you today how you can resolve this and get to this permanent state of happiness where you feel connected, and also how you can apply this knowledge exactly to your own life to bring it to the absolute next level. So lean back and enjoy. So let's crack right into it. I got into this whole personal development niche when I was extremely young, an early teenager, a young teenager, and I started to expand my comfort zone drastically, started to working out, started going to the gym, and just having in general also the time of my life up until 2020 when Corona hit, and I have a lot adversity happening to me because I had my house burning down. Me and my girlfriend decided to break up. I got a tooth root inflammation and lost 7 kilograms of muscle mass, which I built at the time. I had also some private issues going on, and this was just not an overall really good time. And yeah, what I did in this time was not facing my feelings, but I went the route like 99% of the people in the world do the exact same thing, and that is going to running away from their feelings. And that's the thing. What I want to talk about today is you cannot run away from your feelings. I had like months of suffering going on. I had like this shitty feeling all the time. I felt unmotivated. I felt sad all the time. I felt like emotionally not very fulfilled. I always chased like this dirty high. I was like, oh, when I just achieve this, when I just get to this level, then I'll be happy again, like I was before. But that wasn't the case at all. And I just kept chasing everything up until one moment where I realized I was laying in my bed. I was watching a video from sports, from table tennis. I used to play a lot of table tennis in my youth, and I just let go for a really brief period of time, and I just felt at ease again. I had this feeling of inner easiness and inner stillness that I was searching for the whole time. But I obviously didn't know how to make this permanent, and I only had a very short glimpse for a very short period of time. But I knew, okay, this can't be out there. I can't continue chasing something outside of myself, and I just can't keep running away from my feelings. And I learned more about this topic, about going into your own feelings, bringing up the feelings that you repressed and suppressed in your subconsciousness, and how to process them in the best way possible. So, which was really random. I had like an acquaintance of mine, or like a long distance friend kinda, showed me some content from a coach that said, oh, you can't keep running away from your feelings, you gotta face them head on. And I was like, okay, this sounds a little bit like this spiritual woo-woo ground, and a little bit like the not in a very practical way, let's just say. But something inside of me kept telling me, oh, look at this content, because there is something to it. You shouldn't overlook this. But it was only like a small voice, like only 20-30% in me said, oh, you gotta look more closely to this content. And like 70-80%, like the rational mind was like, oh, this is bullshit, this is not very practical. And yeah, but fortunately I listened to the smaller voice, And I just kept getting more information about it. I just did meditations about it. Because there are a lot of certain meditations you can do, because there are two types of meditation: mindfulness meditation and concentration-based meditation. Because the concentration-based meditation is way more, that's like the mainstream thing to do. It's like way more, just focus on your breath, or focus on a certain spot in the room, for example, with your eyes open, and just focus on it. And that's like taking a vacation from your problems. And as soon as you're out of the meditation, then you're back in the shit again. And the approach from the mindfulness meditation is, you just don't run away from it. You turn around and you face this shit directly, and you release all of this shit. It's like pulling tissues out of a box until there's nothing left anymore to run away from. And then you have this feeling, or this state of continuous happiness, because that is what we are at a core. And you can see, like, everyone is trying to achieve it, but almost no one is able to find it. And that's because everyone is just running away from themselves. And also, as you can see, nothing out there will ever fulfill you. It's like there's this big void you're trying to fill, and people achieve a lot. They achieve a lot of money or status or power, for example, but it just doesn't make them happy, and they try to fill an inner void. And that is what I realized, and that is the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I want to see people way more successful in their life. Because that's like when you have this dead weight kind of in you, that's like a stone pulling you down in the water again. Or it's like a car that isn't aerodynamic and has like a parachute attached to it at the back. And what this work is about is like cutting the parachute and going full speed with the car towards your goals, and not procrastinating or spiritual bypassing, but that you have full motivation and full focus to go for your goals and thrive in life. This is the general topic of this channel. In the future, we're going to discuss this way more deeply and in a way more broadened sense. But this video was just to introduce my own personal story a little bit, and also what this channel is going to be revolving around. And if you like what you just saw, then leave a comment and subscribe, and stay tuned for the upcoming videos. Peace.